Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Homage to the Blessed One, the Perfect One, the harmoniously awakened One. Today, I wish to talk to you about why we should meditate. So meditation is a word that is understood by many, and today it has become sometimes fashionable, sometimes very popular, sometimes people want to practice meditation, and a lot of people who have become interested in meditation. But at the same time, a lot of types of meditation today in the world. You might put it as item in the spiritual supermarket. A lot of meditation techniques, and but when I talk about meditation, I am mainly focusing on Buddhist meditation. And again, when we speak about Buddhist meditation, also there are different techniques. So the technique that I am talking about is according to the teaching of the Buddha, which is found in the sutras or the Sutra Pitaka, which is the sacred text of the Buddhists. Here we are talking about mainly the sutras preserved by the Theravada Buddhists. When we speak of the mind, there are two parts of the mind. One is the emotional part, and then there is what is called the cognitive part. The emotional part is called the affective. And so we find that in the mind, the emotions part or the emotional part is blind and not aware of reality. It is that cognitive part, which is the thinking and reasoning part, which is aware of reality. And it is by becoming aware of reality that we begin to understand, even to talk about this biology and even the theory of evolution. This is all done by the thinking process. So ultimately we become aware of a problem. The problem is that there is the struggle for existence, but no one exists. There is only the struggle which is continued, the continuation of a struggle which is futile. We are not really being able to survive. So when we talk about meditation, we are really talking about this process of evolution of the consciousness of the human being. Because the human being is not fully conscious. We are conscious of a world outside, and we are conscious of a self, but that is all. We are not really aware of the mental process that is going on. We are unconscious of the mental process. This is what even modern psychologists like Freud began to realize. And so we have to become conscious of the internal activities of the mind itself. It is only when we become conscious of that that we begin to realize that ultimately the whole world and ourself itself is a creation of the mind. And so we can also become aware of this problem of existence, which is that we are aware that we are existing, but we are also aware that we are going to die, and that death is producing anxiety, and so we don't want to die. So this is how the Buddha began his search for immortality. And ultimately, it was through meditation that he began to understand the mind, and not only that, he also began to acquire certain psychic powers that are not available to the ordinary human being. And these psychic powers helped the Buddha to understand more about the mind as well as the whole universe. And ultimately, he was able to awaken from this dream of existence, and that is how he becomes an awakened one. So what this means is that meditation is a method of evolving to a higher level, and therefore the purpose of meditation is to reach this higher level, ultimately to reach the highest point, which is called Buddha. And this is, in Buddhism, meditation is for that purpose. But we can also, in the normal secular life, meditation can be useful for every person. And meditation is a method of purifying the mind, because it is the emotions which are all self-centered, which are the impurities. And it is the emotions that makes us unhappy, because the emotions are blind and goes against reality. And by going against reality, we become unhappy, because the reality frustrates the emotions.